Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over fall gardening and why I love fall gardening so much and why you guys should definitely try to do a fall garden if you've never done it, just to extend your gardening season and you can get some really great produce out of a fall garden. So let's go over the temperatures. Now, 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius is considered freezing. And some things can survive past freezing, which is great. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. And then 28 degrees Fahrenheit or -2 degrees Celsius is a hard freeze. And past a hard freeze, there's a lot of things that don't survive. You can have some things survive past the hard freeze, but a lot of things won't survive. And so you want to get all of your plants planted in the ground 4 to 6 weeks before your first frost date. And so a good thing to do is honestly just do a quick Google search on your area, type in your city and type in your first frost date, and it's going to give you an idea of when that is. And usually it usually falls within 2 weeks before that date or 2 weeks after that date. And it can just wildly depend on the weather, Mother Earth, whatever she decides to do this year. And if you don't have room in your garden right now, a really nice thing to do is to just get like a 6-cell tray and get everything started. And that way, once you start rotating crops, you can start pulling things as they're done, and then you can pop in those fall gardens. And so that's a really good way if you just don't have the space right now and you want to just get a little bit of a head start. So frost hardy plants. So frost hardy plants are going to survive a light frost. And that is all brassicas, onions, garlics, and leeks, all lettuce. Lettuce does have some tender leaves, so sometimes some of the leaves won't survive, but the plant itself can typically survive. And kale does really well usually, and the flavor is, I think, quite a bit better too with the cooler weather. And then your English peas, your snap peas, those do quite a bit better with cooler weather too. Like mine right now in my garden are pretty much done. And that's because we've had some pretty warm days and they just don't love the heat. They don't do well in the heat. Also, your root vegetables, your beets, your carrots, your turnips, those are going to taste wildly better in the cooler weather. And that is because a lot of times with this hot weather, they get woody. They start getting that woody taste or texture, I guess. And if you've ever had anything that's woody, it's pretty much honestly inedible. It's really hard to eat. And so your root vegetables are going to taste better. Also because they store sugar in the roots. And during the summertime when it's really hot and you're like in the hundreds or even the 90s, that plant wants to send all of its energy to the leaves that are growing on the outside. And that's because it's trying to go to seed. And when the cooler months come, it's sending all that energy towards the roots. And that is because it's trying to survive. And so that's why the roots actually taste a lot better with the cooler weather. So some of the things that I'm going to be planting in my fall garden is I'm going to be doing a lot of lettuce, kale. I'll be putting some peas in and definitely some root vegetables. All right, guys, let's head out to my garden and we're going to check it out. I'll show you what's going on in my garden. So right now we're nearing towards the end of July, which is like getting to be peak gardening season or harvest season, I should say. And so, yeah, we've gotten some really great things in the garden, but yeah, let's go take a look. Let's take a look at my green stalk first. Okay, here is my green stalk right now. Woohoo! So we kind of had a disaster. We had some windy days last week and my tomatoes were so tall that I came out here and they were flopped over. And so some of them were. And so I've had to kind of tie them up. It didn't seem like it really ruined anything, which is good, but I definitely had to tie them up so they are standing up a little straighter. So next year I'll definitely order their like little kind of system that kind of holds the tomatoes up, so that does not happen. But they seem to be doing pretty good since that even happened. And then here are some Tabasco pepper plants, which I've actually never grown, but they kind of got a little bit smushed, but they're still somehow surviving in there. And then this was supposed to be a poblano, but it's definitely not. It's definitely some sort of bell pepper. Hungarian hot wax right here. Look at that. So nice. And then I think these are more Hungarian hot wax peppers. This one's just a little bit ripe. Jalapeno. Okay, and our tomatoes up here. Look at this, you guys. Holy cow. Look at this side. Just so amazing. I'm honestly really shocked at how well these are doing in here. And have them all the way down here. These ones I'm actually probably gonna, I'm gonna stake those guys up. See, this is what they were doing. They were all kind of falling. Some of the branches, like the heavier ones. It's still fine. It's not snapped, but I'm gonna stake it back up. We got some peppers in here. These are poblano peppers. They're actually pretty close to ready to harvest. I could actually harvest them anytime though. And then we have some cayenne peppers. I have lots of cayenne peppers. Some more cayenne peppers through here. These are definitely some heavy producers too. These are the Numex Big Gems, which are a spicy pepper. And this one's kind of fun. This is a hot cherry pepper, so it's going to get red. And yeah, they're supposed to be pretty spicy. I have not tried them ever, so that'll be fun. And this one is the YOLO Wonder. It's actually doing a little bit better than my other bell. A little bit bigger. And definitely a little bit more, producing a little bit more too. This is another Numex Big Gem, which look how big it is, guys. Almost the size of my hand. And then our basil. This is the Genovese basil. And then here is our shishito peppers, which are very, very heavy producers. I've had quite a few of these, and they're doing pretty well in my green stock, actually. Here is my cucumber plant, which I started from seed in the ground. And it's doing okay. I think also it's getting a little bit crowded out in this pot, but we'll definitely still get, I think, quite a few cucumbers. And then this is my acorn squash right here, which we have one down here. And then my husband mowed over two other ones that I had growing. So we are playing catch up, trying to get some more. We actually have a couple down there too, but I'll show you guys in just a second. This is supposed to be an early girl, but I'm pretty sure this is San Marzano. It's kind of what it looks like to me. This does not look like an early girl. Early girls are not shaped like this. They are more round. So we will see. That'll be a surprise. And then here is my other green stalk. Look at the little pollinators. Here's my kale. I've had this since the spring, and I've just been cutting it, and it's just been regrowing right from the middle. And it has not bolted yet, which is great. It's doing awesome. Still tasting pretty good too, actually. Here's some baby greens. I planted these when it was pretty hot, so we'll see how they do. Here's some chard. This got planted when it was pretty hot too, and it's just like pretty stunted. And you can see this chard got planted when it was a little cooler, and it has just done way better. This should be ready pretty soon to harvest. And then here is my one white strawberry that I propagated from this one right here, which we should be getting some more strawberries here pretty soon. I think I should start seeing flowers here soon. And here's another one that I propagated. So I bought one plant, and I've gotten two more out of that plant, and all these runners can be another plant too, eventually, which is pretty sweet. And this is the first year I've had this white strawberry, so it's pretty cool. I already got two more plants. Yeah. And then here is some more Swiss chard. My beans are struggling a little bit in here, and I honestly think it's because they might have had a nitrogen deficiency and then also watering. They get hit by my sprinklers, and so I think they get overwatered. But yeah, we still had some beans. I love these purple beans too. They taste so good. They're delicious. Got some more basil. And then let's see what we got on this side. This is my red sales lettuce, which I have cut this twice now and it has come back. Look at that. It's about ready to bolt. And then here is my Genovese basil, which I've harvested a few times making pesto. My lemon gem marigold, which, I love this one. It smells lemony too. It smells really good. And then we have some butter crunch lettuce, which I have sowed in the hot heat. But it came up, which is great. And I'm happy because next to it, I sowed something and it did not come up. I think it also got a little bit dried out when I first did it too. So that's okay. I tried. Here is some Thai basil, which look at this. It's about ready to flower. So I'm just going to pinch. I've just been pinching these tops off so they don't go to flower. Because when they go to flower, they just do not taste, most herbs just do not taste as good. And then I have the Siam Queen down here, which tastes so much like Thai basil to me. Let's see. Here is some more kale. I think I have 3 of these in here. This is the blue curly leaf kale. I love the looks of these leaves too. You guys, one great thing about the green stalk is there is like, I guess there's a little bit of pest damage right here. You can see that a little bit. Looks like something got up here, but for the most part, they're really clean. And as far as like aphids go, as you can see, there is none, which is awesome. I usually get so many aphids too. Here's some more beans. Yeah, it looks like we got some beans coming on here pretty soon. We've been picking them every single day, and I just eat them because I think they taste so good just plain. You guys, look at this beautiful little zinnia. I love them. I think they're so pretty. And the flowers last a long time. I can't remember the variety of this one, but I really love it. I want to say it's candy something. I'll have to double check. And here is, look at this nasturtium, you guys. It goes all the way around this green stalk, all the way around this side. It's absolutely stunning. I think they're so beautiful. My daughter has a cool one in her garden too. I love these flowers. And they're edible, which is so fun. They kind of have like a peppery taste. And the leaves are really beautiful. They're very tropical looking. This is the Fiesta blend too. And then here's her garden. Of course, just doing so good. Her tomatoes are doing great. We've been picking tomatoes off these all day. I need to preserve them with my pasta, but we've just been eating them, and so I haven't had as much saved up. But I'll probably start saving them pretty soon. These look like they're all about ready to turn probably this week, and so I'll have a ton come on at once, and that's when I'll start doing it. But yeah, it's looking really nice. She's got her parsley hidden under here. There it is. Can't even believe she has some left. She likes to come in here and just eat it all. Her sweet alyssum is just poking out of the side. Okay, and then here's some beans that I sowed really late because I had the space, because there's actually lettuce in here from my spring garden. And so I pulled out the lettuce and planted beans. Yeah, and so all these beans right through here, I planted a little later. And so we'll definitely get some in the fall, which is great. I love succession sowing because then I can get different things at different times and nothing produces all at once, which is great. Here's our blackcurrant tomato. Here's our beefsteak tomato. It's just starting to blush, which means it is about ready to turn red. We got a couple basils. These are volunteer basils. Our sweet alyssum. Here is my beets. And let's take a look and see what they're looking like. Oh yeah, they're starting to get a little bit more size on them. You can see that. Nice. These should be ready in not too long. Here's our green onions, which we have been pulling. Here we have an eggplant. I think this one's just starting to put an eggplant on. Yep, way in there. And then here's our other eggplant. This is called Little Fingers. I don't actually know how big they're supposed to get, so I'll have to look up, see how big they're supposed to get, but looking really pretty. Here is another basil. This is the Genovese basil. I have a lot of basil I need to do something with. Now guys, and this is my beans. All along here is my beans. And then I have some that wrap around there that I started on time. And so they have been really producing. These are the Blue Lake beans. And these are wonderful. Even just eating by themselves are they're really tasty. Yeah, we definitely have some coming on. And then these are the dragon's tongue bean, which I'm so excited for because I've never done. Look at this little butterfly. You guys, I've never seen more butterflies in my garden than this year. And I truly think that's because I planted so many pollinating plants and they just love it. These purple beans have been producing really well too. But yeah, we're pulling these things every day and it's crazy how fast they grow. Then we have our onions right here. And the onions have never done well for me because my garden gets like 5.5 hours of sun, which is not technically full sun. And then right here we have a butternut squash. And then we have another little one coming on over there. And then right here we have our cherry tomatoes. This was supposed to be a Cherokee purple, but it must have been mislabeled at the nursery. And then we have our pineapple tomatoes. And then in here, you guys, I just threw in some carrot seeds and they are coming up, which I'm so excited about because I was not expecting them to with this hot heat. Up here, I just threw a bunch of pollinating wildflower seeds, which has been so fun. There's so many different varieties in here and my pollinators absolutely love it. I'll definitely be doing that again next year. And things are still about ready to bloom. So it's been a blast watching it grow. Look at all the butterflies too. They love it. This is why I have so many butterflies this year. Here's a tangerine gem marigold. Smells so good too. And then right here, you guys, this one's I'm really excited about. This is my seeds from Baker Creek. They're the dragon's egg cucumber. Kind of a cool variety. And they're just starting to really come in. I did start these from seed in ground. And they should be ready here in about a week. Yeah, there's quite a few on. They definitely look like some heavy producers, which a lot of cucumbers are. Here's our carrots. We've been pulling tons of carrots out of here. There has been a lot coming out. Look at this, you guys. I think this is a Danver carrot. I have a couple different varieties in here. I'll thin this one out a little bit. We also have these red ones. They're really pretty. That one's a little one. We've had tons of herbs, which I need to get dried. Herbs are best picked in the morning too, because they're the highest concentrated in oils in the morning. So definitely pick them in the morning if you're going to do anything with them. And here are some cayenne peppers. Holy cow, you guys. These are crazy. I've harvested a lot off of these, and there are tons on here. I mean, they're everywhere. Definitely some heavy producers too. So yep, oh, these are starting to blush now. So once these turn red, I'll dry them out, and then I'll grind them up, and I'll make some cayenne pepper, which would be, I'm just so excited because I've never had homegrown cayenne pepper seasoning. These have actually been pretty good in like some stir fries that I've done. We've been really enjoying them. Here is my, oh my goodness. I haven't been over here for a couple days. Here is my acorn squash. Look at it. It's growing all the way into my strawberries. Holy cow. This is crazy. Oh, that one looks like it did not get pollinated. Look at that. Look how it's shriveling up. Nope. Wow, that's crazy. Here's our little fountain area that just overlooks our garden down here. All of our garden stuff. That's Allie. That's really pretty right now. Lots of things for the pollinators too. Those were all my pollinating wildflower mixes. So it's really fun watching all the little butterflies. Comments. And if there's something you would like to see me do a video on, or something you'd like to learn more about, please leave it in the comments. I'm more than happy to start creating videos based on what you guys would like to see. That's what the channel is really all about. I've been gardening for my entire life, and I've had my own garden at my house for the past 10 years. And so I've done a lot of troubleshooting, and I have failed a lot, and I have succeeded a lot too. And so I just want to help you guys out if you're new at gardening or just need help in general. I hope you were able to learn something from this video. That's definitely the point of my videos, is for someone to learn something or just to see someone else's garden, because I love looking at people's gardens. But if you would like to see me do a video on something or cover something in a video, leave it in the comments, and I'm more than happy to try to include it in a video. But yeah, thanks again so much, you guys, for following along, and I'll catch you guys next time.